For the third time in the Open Mic universe, the Open Mic Network is proud to bring you Wrestlemania. Welcome in, everybody, to night one. And to kick things off here tonight, we've got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. 20 male superstars from WWE, WCW, maybe some returning legends. And there's always a chance for a surprise appearance. Finn Balor out first, and out second we get our first surprise. It's KSI coming out in a Prime bottle. We've got our first product placement of the night, and Finn Balor going right after KSI. I can't imagine KSI lasting too long in this one. Prime bottle and all, and Balor sending KSI over the ropes and down onto the floor. We have our first elimination of the night. Mark Henry in there. He just eliminates Obafemi. And Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq in there and does a number on Logan Paul. And Otis thought he would maybe get a little something in there, but found out real quick that wouldn't be the case. CM Punk eliminating Shaq. He's out of there. Mark Henry working on CM Punk in the corner. Punk up and over the top rope. And now Mark Henry trying to eliminate Omos. And he does. Omos out of there. John Cena on his way down to the ring. We haven't seen Cena in a while. Nakamura out of there thanks to R-Truth. Carmelo Hayes eliminating Penta. Penta making his Open Mic Universe debut here. Mark Henry eliminating John Cena. Gunther over the top rope. Mark Henry doing a number here in this Andre the Giant Battle Royal. We are down to 4. Make that 3 as Truth eliminates Mark Henry. It is down to R-Truth, Carmelo Hayes, and Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 1. And he's out of there. Last year's winner, Logan Paul. And it will be either Carmelo Hayes or R-Truth here tonight. Hayes on the top rope. Truth able to catch him midair. Attitude adjustment, but Carmelo Hayes fighting his way out. Hayes sends Truth up and over the top rope. And Carmelo Hayes is your Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. Up next, we've got our first of 12 championship matches over the next 2 nights. This one for the WWE European Championship. Out first, the challenger. And he's not coming alone. Trick Williams, and in his corner, Booker T. Now, you may be asking yourself why Booker T. is coming out to accompany Trick Williams. Well, when it comes to WrestleMania, there are always legends in the back here for the big event. And after Carmelo Hayes turned his back on Trick Williams earlier this week on SmackDown, and the fact that he knows that Chad Gable will have his coach, the Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, in his corner, he decided to reach out to Booker T, who last summer matched up against Trick during the Great American Bash Tour. We were in Dallas. Booker came out and issued an open challenge to anybody in the back that wanted to try to make a name for themselves in the ring with him one-on-one. And Trick Williams answered that challenge. And not only did he answer the challenge, he actually defeated Booker T. And Booker gained a whole lot of respect for Trick for not only stepping up and accepting the challenge, but getting the job done in the ring and defeating him. And so Trick approached Booker and said, hey, would you come out and be in my corner tonight? Just to keep an eye on Kurt Angle or maybe any of the other members of Team Angle that could come out here and get involved in this match, or possibly Carmelo Hayes, who we saw in the opening match where he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We have not gotten any kind of explanation from Melo. Obviously, we got to assume it is based on jealousy. Melo, who was in a similar position back at Elimination Chamber, he had a shot at Chad Gable and the European Championship, came up short, and that was after 3 consecutive non-title victories against Chad Gable. We would have a battle royal to find a number 1 contender. Both Trick and Melo were in that match. Melo actually tried to eliminate Trick at one point, but he would hold on and eventually go on to win that number 1 contender battle royal. Uranagi hooks the leg. Only gets a 2 count. And now Trick turning his back as Kurt Angle distracting him. And I don't know if this is a wise move to turn your back on Chad Gable. Luckily, Gable's still down, but Gable catches the leg and now rolls Trick over. Trick's close to that rope. He could probably grab it, but able to work his way out. These two going back and forth. Blocked there from Gable. And Trick! Was that the knockout shot? As he goes up top. Splash off the top rope. Hooks the leg. And that will do it. Your winner and new WWE European Champion, Trick Williams. It's time for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship Gauntlet match. And there is no champion's advantage in this one for Ilya Dragunov. Santos Escobar, Wes Lee, Javon Evans, Charlie Dempsey, JD McDonough, Dragon Lee, and a mystery cruiserweight that was announced earlier this week from WCW official Eric Bischoff. We don't know who it is. We are going to find out together at some point during this gauntlet match. It's going to be Charlie Dempsey. It's going to be Javon Evans kicking it off with a new cruiserweight entering every 30 seconds. And essentially, this is kind of like a King of the Hill. It's the last man standing. You could get every pinfall or submission, be in the final 2, and that other person pins or submits you, and they move on and become the new champion. So really no advantage here. I guess maybe a slight advantage if you're in this early, in the sense that you maybe only have to contend with 1 or 2 people. But once the ring fills up, you got to really watch all sides, as your opponents will be coming from everywhere. Javon Evans with a bat to the head of Santos Escobar. No disqualifications here. No disqualifications or countouts. The only way an opponent can be eliminated is by either pinfall or submission. Santos Escobar, the only other competitor in this match besides Ilya Dragunov to hold the Cruiserweight Championship. We have got 2 more Cruiserweights to go, one of them being the champion Ilya Dragunov, the other the mystery Cruiserweight. And it is the champion. Here comes Ilya Dragunov. So that means the final entrant will be the mystery Cruiserweight. And the clock is running. We're about to find out who this is. It's El Grande Americano? Now, we've heard of this guy. There have been some rumors. Obviously, somebody who has competed on the independent circuit, not here in the open mic universe. But he would always be performing either in the same town that we were in or in the same area. And a lot of people said that he had some very similar mannerisms to Chad Gable. Now, this was pre-Team Angle. This was before things started kind of turning around for Chad Gable when he joined Team Angle. They came over in the draft to the WWE. He wins the European Championship. But it's kind of funny that Chad Gable loses the European Championship earlier in the night, and then now El Grande Americano is here in the Cruiserweight Gauntlet. Strange indeed. Santos trying to use the ropes to get a 3 count on Ilya Dragunov, but it doesn't work. Now Dragunov gets out, looks to try to cover Escobar. Not able to get it, and now Dragunov with the cover. And Ilya Dragunov eliminates JD McDonough. We are down to 5 cruiserweights. Big boot from Dragunov. El Grande Americano with the cover. Only gets a 2 on Santos Escobar. Dragunov covering Javon Evans. And Javon Evans eliminated. And headbutt from El Grande Americano to Ilya Dragunov. Oh, the champion eliminated. He is out of there. And El Grande Americano throws a chair at Wes Lee. With Ilya Dragunov out, one of these 3 men are going to walk out of WrestleMania, the new WCW Cruiserweight Champion. Power slam from Wes Lee to El Grande Americano. Escobar back to his feet. And now Santos with the cover to Wes Lee. We are down to 2 men. El Grande Americano, who cracks Santos Escobar in the head with a kendo stick. Flying headbutt off the top rope, hooks the leg. Your winner and the new WCW Cruiserweight Champion in his debut match in the open mic universe, El Grande Americano. It's the WCW Tag Team titles up for grabs coming up next. Out first come the challengers, Despicable Ray and Dirty Dominic Mysterio, representing the LWO. They will be taking on the WCW Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. The Machine Guns making their WrestleMania debut as they made their Open Mic Universe debut last summer during the Great American Bash Tour. And for the Mysterios, they earned this opportunity, winning a #1 contender 4-way elimination tag match back at Clash of the Champions. They defeated the Street Profits, the New Day, and Gallows and Anderson. The funny thing about Ray and Dom, they were the only team in that match to have not held tag team gold here in the Open Mic Universe. And Ray has held a ton of titles here. The tag team titles, one that have eluded him. A little interesting side note, when it comes to the Mysterios in WrestleMania, they have been good nights for both Ray and Dom. WrestleMania 1, Ray came in as the WCW Cruiserweight Champion, and he successfully defended against Finn Balor. WrestleMania 2, Dom came in as WCW Cruiserweight Champion, and he successfully defended against Santos Escobar. Last year at WrestleMania 2, Ray would main event night 2 of WrestleMania, coming in as the challenger. He would defeat AJ Styles to become WCW World Champion for the first time. And so for the LWO, and more specifically Despicable Ray and Dirty Dom, WrestleMania usually ends up with a happy result as Alex Shelley blocks the 619, quickly goes for the cover. Motor City Machine Guns on their second run as tag team champions. They won the tag team titles in their debut match, defeating the Street Profits. And then back at Starrcade, they were in a 3-team TLC tag match, along with AOP and the tag team champions at the time, the Dudleys. Ray sent into the corner. Makes the tag. In comes Chris Sabin. Crossbody. Hooks the leg. Here comes Dom. He makes the save. Sabin again. Going up top. Another crossbody. Gets Ray up. Cross leg Michinoku driver, but only gets a 2. He can't believe it. Lifts Ray up again. Cradle shock, holds the leg. And the Motor City Machine Guns will retain and remain your WCW Tag Team Champions. And for Ray and Dom, they taste defeat on the WrestleMania stage for the first time. This next one, not for the weak of heart. It's a last man standing match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. While both men would love to walk out of WrestleMania with that Intercontinental Championship, the thing that is probably most important to them in the moment is who can dish out the most damage to their opponent. There is no love lost between these two. Challenger Braun Breaker champion Jacob Fatu. And the mess between these two has accelerated quickly. Let's go back to Survivor Series. The Rock, who captained the team representing WWE in the Men's War Games match, a match that Jacob was a part of, was victorious. Braun Breaker was on one of the WWE teams in one of the classic Survivor Series elimination tag matches. He was the sole survivor on his team, and he caught the eye of The Rock. The Rock was very impressed with what Braun did in that match and bringing a victory to the WWE, to Team WWE. Based on that respect, The Rock gifted Braun the 30th entrance spot in the Royal Rumble. Now, in that match, he was under the understanding that he and Jacob had an understanding. They would work together, and they would eliminate every other competitor in that match, leaving the two of them as the last two standing, and then, essentially, may the best man win. That was a great plan in theory, but Braun should have known better than to trust the Samoan Werewolf. Jacob called an audible and threw that plan out the window and tried to eliminate Braun. Now, Braun did make it to the final two. It was him and Damian Priest. Unfortunately, it was Damian Priest who would eliminate Braun Breaker and punch his ticket to WrestleMania. Now, that didn't sit well with the Badass. And he would confront Jacob and attack him, and the two of them would go back and forth, attacking each other. It would ultimately come to a head in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. They would take 3 attempts to get the match in the ring. The first time, Braun would attack Jacob from behind. Referee would call off the match. On the second attempt, it was Jacob who would attack Braun before the match. Again, referee throwing the match out. Finally, WWE official Triple H said enough was enough. You guys got one more shot to get this match in the ring. And to ensure that happened, he made himself the guest referee. The match would begin and take place before the action would eventually spill out into the crowd, where both men would be counted out. Then, in the lead up to WrestleMania, both men would interrupt Triple H as he was tending to other business, demanding this match here at WrestleMania. Eventually, Triple H would give in and give them their match. But not just any match, a last man standing match. And while neither man probably had this type of match in mind, the hatred that they have for each other, no complaints on either side. They're just glad to have this one here at WrestleMania as they trade shots back and forth. One positive of these two facing each other here at WrestleMania, it made life a whole lot easier for the rest of the WWE roster, as neither had to contend with the Samoan Werewolf or the Badass. Breaker miscalculated there, and Jacob Fatu sends him into the corner. Braun slides out the back. Now he takes Jacob to the corner. and sends him into the post. And now Braun Breaker choking out Jacob Fatu. This is a last man standing match. There are no rules. The only way you can win is to incapacitate your opponent for a count of 10. And Braun may have celebrated a little early. Hits Jacob with a spear. And Jacob Fatu not moving. I kind of thought Braun was making an error there by celebrating, but he hits that spear out of nowhere. And that is gonna do it. Braun Breaker doesn't have things play out for him the way he thought at Royal Rumble. But here at WrestleMania, he defeats Jacob Fatu in a last man standing match to become WWE Intercontinental Champion for the second time. Up next, two guys who had much bigger plans for themselves for WrestleMania weekend, yet find themselves in a match against each other. Both Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre had big plans to win the Royal Rumble and go on to main event WrestleMania. Both came up short in the Royal Rumble, but there was still one more opportunity at earning a main event here at WrestleMania 3. That's the Elimination Chamber. The two of them would meet in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, a match that Jey Uso was on the verge of winning before The Rock showed up and cost Jey the match and helping Drew qualify for Elimination Chamber and leaving Jey out in the cold. Ultimately, Drew would come up short in that Elimination Chamber match. And while both men, no doubt, wanted to be in a main event spot here at WrestleMania, with Jey, it's just a little bit different. It means a little bit more because it's family. His cousin, The Rock, the bloodline. Everything that The Rock has done to just implode their family. He wanted to be the one to make things right. He wanted to be the one to put The Rock away on the biggest stage. And with Drew knows that. And that's why Drew, he can be the biggest troll on the planet. He knows how to rub salt in the wounds. He knows how to needle guys. And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly why we are here with this match at WrestleMania. Now, Jey not only missed out on the Elimination Chamber thanks to The Rock, that was also Jey's first singles loss since coming to WCW last summer. And that WCW United States Championship that he's here defending tonight, he took that championship from Drew McIntyre back at Halloween Havoc. And so while Drew would love to walk out of WrestleMania as a world champion, for him the next best thing would be to walk out of WrestleMania with the belt that he held for nearly a year before losing it to Jey. But again, emotions are high. We know there's so much on the mind of Jey Uso, on the heart of Jey Uso. We've seen in this match, he's not the typical locked-in Jey that we're used to seeing. Hopefully now, things have kind of calmed down, they've settled down. We're starting to see some shades of the Jey that we've known for almost the last year here in WCW. Jay just daring him to hit him in the chin, and now just going back and forth. Jay lifts him up, and Drew able to counter out of it. Kick to the midsection, and this is not good for Jey Uso. Drew with the cover, but Jay able to get his shoulder up. And now Drew goes to the corner. You know what this means. The countdown is on. Claymore hooks the leg. And Drew McIntyre, preying on the emotions of Jey Uso, comes in here to WrestleMania and regains the WCW United States Championship. And for Jey Uso, the hits just keep on coming. And things have now gone from bad to worse. Up next, it's the WWE Women's Championship. And on the night that Becky Lynch would win the Royal Rumble, her husband, Seth freaking Rollins, would take on the WWE World Champion, The Rock. And after a little bit of help from Jacob Fatu, The Rock would ultimately rock bottom Seth through the announce table and putting Rollins on the shelf, on the injured list for this foreseeable future. We have not seen Seth freaking Rollins since the Royal Rumble. And so on the Raw, immediately after the Royal Rumble, Becky wasted little time in calling out the champion that she would be challenging at WrestleMania, the Bloodline's own Nia Jax. While I'm sure the man would have loved to have gotten The Rock in the ring here at WrestleMania, she's got to take the next best thing. Nia, in her first reign as a champion here in the Open Mic universe, Becky, a former two-time champion in both WWE and WCW, looking here tonight to become a three-time WWE Women's Champion. And so far in this one, it has been all Becky Lynch. She goes for the cover. But Nia able to kick out. Again, the anger in Becky. And someone who is just dead set on payback and revenge here. She sends Nia down to the floor. There is some history between these two. Their paths have crossed in the past. In fact, they had a pretty nasty street fight back in the fall as Becky delivers a drop kick from the top rope. Goes up to the second turnbuckle. Leg drop. Again hooks the leg. And again, Nia Jax able to kick out. What do we have here? Becky, manhandle slam. Hooks the leg one more time. And that will do it. And while this victory may not bring her husband back to the WWE any sooner, the fact that she has taken more gold from the Bloodline has got to give her at least a little bit of satisfaction. Here tonight, Becky Lynch, once again, your WWE Women's Champion. It's main event time here at night one of WrestleMania 3. It's going to be for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. The men's Royal Rumble winner, Damian Priest, challenging the phenomenal AJ Styles, the 5-time WCW World Champion. Accompanying Priest to the ring, Finn Balor. Now, over the last few months, there has been a little bit of dissension in the Judgment Day. Both Finn and Damian at times have not appeared to be on the same page. But all that changed a few weeks ago when Gallows and Anderson showed up on Raw and attacked Finn Balor back in the backstage area. Priest would show up to Nitro, show up to Thunder, trying to get his hands on Gallows and Anderson. He would have a match against Abyss, and in that match, before the match was even finished, Abyss, not even trying to win the match, would get a chair from AJ and look to do some damage to Damian Priest. But Finn Balor would hit the ring and save his Judgment Day brother. So it's good to see Finn and Priest back on the same page. And AJ, if you notice, no Abyss, no Gallows and Anderson. We found out this week on Thunder that all three men were banned from ringside for this match. And if they defy that order, and any of them show up here tonight and either interfere in the match or just show up at ringside, AJ will be immediately stripped of the WCW World title, and it will be awarded to Damian Priest. And while this is the 5th title reign for AJ Styles, the one thing to note, this 5th and current reign began and has been able to continue because of the interference of Abyss, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. So we will see how AJ Styles reacts and responds here tonight, as he has to go this one alone. And Priest not wasting any time here, and that's what you've got to do. Look, the last few months, AJ has shown to be a little bit of a dirtbag, but he has been the foundation, the cornerstone of WCW since day one here in the open mic universe. And he's got the ability and the experience to walk out of here still world champion, with or without the help of his goon squad. So far here in this one, Damian Priest looking good. He is a former one-time WWE World Champion, but he decided that he wanted to go and try to accomplish something, conquer something that he hadn't done before, and that is hold gold here in the WCW. Sends AJ into the corner. Now just driving that shoulder into the midsection of AJ Styles. AJ going for a ride. And Damian Priest not letting up. And again, you got to have that killer instinct to not only win a championship, but to do it in the main event of WrestleMania. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Now sending AJ into the corner. And AJ pulls the referee in. What's What the hell's Finn Balor doing? He just handed AJ Styles a chair. I don't believe what we just saw. Finn Balor has screwed Damian Priest here. What the hell is going on? We know that there's history between Gallows and Anderson and Finn Balor. And Finn Balor and AJ Styles. But why the hell would Finn Balor do this to Damian Priest here at WrestleMania? AJ disposing of the evidence on the outside. The referee still down. And now AJ going up top. Frog splash off the top rope, but the referee still face down in the ring, and AJ turning to the crowd to give him a little taunt. Turns out AJ Styles might not need his goon squad. He had a snake in the grass in Finn Balor here tonight. And again, AJ just taunting and toying Damian Priest. Referee up. He has no clue what has gone on here. AJ gets Priest up. Styles clash. Rolls him over. But it's only a 2. Damian Priest somehow able to kick out as he sends AJ to the floor. Now Finn on the apron. I don't know why Priest is talking to him. Knock him into the third row. AJ back into the ring from behind. Rolls Priest up in a calf crusher. And there, I think Priest, he's out. AJ Styles again finds a way to hold on to that WCW World title, this time with some help from Damian Priest's own brother, Finn Balor. Unbelievable. This is just sick. And again, more carnage with the chair. And look at Finn. Look at that little bastard. He wants his turn too. AJ hands him the chair. This is absolutely disgusting. If you enjoyed night 1 of WrestleMania, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you at night 2 of WrestleMania 3.